For me, it all started with a dua. It was a dua that I was making in November 2010 as my children were growing and I could not find a proper Islamic school for them.
Tarbiyah is like a dream that came true for me. During my doctoral studies, I always prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help me serve Him through my knowledge and experience.
Within a very short period of time, their reputation has been all around us. You will hear today how parents, students, and other community leaders are praising what is being done here.
Tarbiyah fills a void that no one else has stepped up to the plate to try to fill.
Heaven and of earth, nothing may compare with him, he is the one alone.
Tarbiyah School, I believe, has begun to lay the foundation for truly becoming a contender for quality education.
La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasul.
School has been a real blessing for us, alhamdulillah. We moved from Boston about a year ago, and where Abdullah and my daughter Maryam, they used to go to public school. I came to Delaware with the intention to putting them in Islamic school, and I've heard good things about Tarbiyah team, and then got them enrolled. Abdullah went to first grade last year, and Maryam was in pre-K, and alhamdulillah, it has been a big blessing for us. We made a good decision of putting our kids in this school.
Our son goes to Tarbiyah School, and we are impressed by the fact that he's not only learning but also applying and trying to teach us whatever he's learning. We believe this should be the purpose of any education, and especially Islamic education. We are quite happy to see the school growing, and we wish all the best to Tarbiyah School and the dedicated members of the management, teachers and staff. They're doing an amazing job, mashallah. We'd also like to see Tarbiyah to grow as a high school very soon. It will be a tremendous addition for our community and will create a big impact to shape the future of our children.
With the addition of Tarbiyah, I think the first time we are not only thinking about the elementary and secondary, we are thinking now high school. I mean, a couple of years ago, we did not even discuss whether we should go for high school. Today, it is in our mind how to utilize the momentum to make the high school.
So satisfying to know that they are willing to put all their efforts, all their energy and their resources and think about the future needs, immediate needs being high school.
When I think about Tarbiyah, I think about what is being brought to the community in terms of expanding a religious consciousness. And first we have to start locally with the family unit and then the community. Tarbiyah has really meant a difference of seeing how you make that community think collectively.
A learned person is harder on Satan than 1,000 ignorant worshipers. So that's what you're trying to alleviate. You're trying to alleviate not just one learned person, but hopefully millions.
I believe Tarbiyah has started something that's going to change millions of people's lives, and I'm just honored to be a part of it, you know, inshallah.
Tarbiyah School started as a school, and a school is an organization, a complex organization, and it's a big challenge. It requires a lot of resources, both human and financial.
Very often I am asked the question, how and when did Tarbiyah School start? Sometimes people just assume, looking at what we have done so far, that it has always been here. Allah brought us the perfect building in the perfect location. It used to be a training center, so it was very easy for us to turn it into a school. It also had a lot of space outside that we were able to turn into a nice playground. The building also had a hall in it that used to be a church, and that church is today Masjid Isa, alhamdulillah.
In my past 3 years, witnessing what Tarbiyah School have done, I applaud them for focusing on Islamic education, focusing on building leaders for the future.
Every day when I walk through the doors, I get a sense of community, I get a sense of family, and I get a sense of greatness, all working together to bring out the best of tomorrow's leaders.
I'm glad and happy to see the multicultural part of it, that all of us who are Muslims are participating in the school, creating leadership for the future.
إذا استمرت السنة الجاية بإذن الله هنا أتمنى إحضار إلا أكون بالتأكيد إن شاء الله سوف أحضر أبنائي الاثنين الأكبر منهم سنا في السنة الرابعة في السنة الثالثة. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول.
We were looking for an alternative to the public school system here in Newark, Delaware, and we found Tarbiyah through a search on the internet. I have to credit my daughter Aisha for finding the school on the internet and expressing her interest in coming to visit the school. We paid a visit on Jummah right after prayers, and we met with Sister Miriam and Dr. Amna. They went through the testing, we went through the application. We were very comfortable with the entire process, with the application, the thoroughness that was taken through the application process. And by the end of the day, by the end of the visit, there were two big smiles on Aisha and Jamila's faces. They felt very comfortable starting school here. In fact, they were eager to have wrapped up their previous school and starting school at Tarbia for the new school year. So I think it has been a very rewarding experience.
The teachers help a lot with the studies, and they make things easier for the students. We came when all the students were gone, but it still looked a little colorful.
There's a science to choosing colors for whatever application that you're applying it, and I felt that you mastered the sciences of colors and choosing each one for the various rooms in here. And it's created an environment that just makes you feel alive when you walk into the rooms and into the building, and it just continues on and on from every point of view and every room. It's very colorful, and it's a good environment for learning, because each of the walls are decorated in a way that there's knowledge wherever you look, and I think listening to the teacher and knowing some of the teachers, that they're expounding on what we see even further, and when they get into the depth of what I just see on the bulletin boards in the various rooms, I think this is a place where children can grow and develop in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has intended for them to grow.
They have a vested interest in the development as well as the well-being of the children. The curriculum challenges the students to think critically as well as creatively, and the small class sizes are ideal for that personalized attention that children need, as well as obtaining optimum results. So I truly believe with the proper funding and support from its community and continued support from the parents, Tarbiyah's name would become synonymous with choice education in the United States, inshallah.
Associate property of addition has grouping, and that's why it has parentheses. See, when we did the associative property, we grouped the numbers.
من خلال ما قبل أن آتي إلى الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية، وعندما تعرفت على بعض الزملاء دلوني إلى هذه التربية الإسلامية التي هي عبارة عن ميكس بين اللغة العربية واللغة الإنجليزية. فعلى الفور تمكنت من إحضار أبنائي إلى هذه المدرسة من ناحية الاهتمام والنظافة، الرعاية، حب الأطفال، تعلق الأطفال بالمعلمات، بالمربيات. شيء صراحة يعني يفرح له كل ولي أمر ويذهب إلى عمله وهو مرتاح.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو.
My husband and I decided to come to Tarbiyah for a few reasons. When we looked around at other daycares in the area, we just really weren't impressed with the quality of care. It felt very assembly line. It didn't feel like there was a lot of love there for the children. And, you know, that obviously was one of our biggest priorities. We're really happy that Sammy gets the opportunity to be exposed to this culture. The language, the different pieces of the religion, it's, you know, become part of his everyday life, and that's something that was important to us. We're very happy having our baby here at Tarbiyah School. He's a little over 1 year old, and he's been here since his 3rd month of life. So this has really become a home for him. We know that the teachers love him. We know that all of the students all throughout the daycare up through the higher grades love him. He gets lots of attention and stimulation. And Sammy gets the opportunity to grow up with other people who are being raised in the Muslim tradition and religion, and he gets to be exposed to the cultures that the other families bring to Tarbiyah School. And all of that was really important to us when we made our decision to come here. We're very happy having Sammy here at Tarbiyah School. We wouldn't change the decision, and we planned for him to be here for a long time. This has become like a family for him and for us.
التنظيف من ناحية الترتيب، من ناحية الصلوات، يعني صراحة يكفي إنه عند أخواتنا وإخواننا المسلمين أولادنا. The angels and the final day and the holy scriptures, and to believe in destiny that good and bad both come from him, and the resurrection. There is no God but Allah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Allah is the creator of heaven and of earth. Nothing makes.
Now we have at least 5 Islamic centers, right? And all the 5 Islamic centers, when you go there during the Friday prayers, during any congregation prayers, you will see they are at the brim of their capacity.
There is a great need to work collaboratively and we are one community. We have already worked collaboratively with Islamic organization in the past, and Tarbiyah School has been God of that collaboration. We look forward to working together on issues that concerns the future of our community.
Formed of light and beauty, the angels of the Lord, to praise Allah, to help mankind, Jibreel brings the word. The scriptures all by Allah sent, Torah, Psalms and Gospel, then the source of perfect guidance, the glorious Quran. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. The reckoning, the final day when all will see their works, remade in soul and body to stand before the Lord, with patience bearing every grief, with thankfulness for all blessings.
I know it was hard for the Tarbiyah team to think about a fundraiser because they have been pretty self-sufficient, but they started realizing that if they have to do some long-term projects, some big projects, their funds are not enough. They need this kind of effort, an effort which will take them into the future, an effort which will help them accomplish things worth accomplishing. Many of you have seen the growth in our community. Alhamdulillah, from a couple of dozen families some 20 years back, now it is even hard to count how many hundreds of families live in this area of Newcastle County.
And we have grown leaps and bounds, and so has the needs of the community. So obviously, once we have fulfilled our need to establish a place of worship, the next hierarchical need for the community was to establish an Islamic school.
It requires a lot of resources, both human and financial. And it needs to address many needs. The students' needs to begin with, and it forms a staff. It has to meet the staff needs and requirements, and the parents. And you all know how diverse the parents might be.
And I think it's just wonderful that Allah has blessed us in the minds of those people to present their life yearning in wanting to build a school like this and establish it. So I'm very thankful for those minds that came together and said, yes, we want to do it. And yes, they have done it, you know.
أتمنى لكم التوفيق وأسأل الله عز وجل أن يكتب ذلك في ميزان حسناتكم.
I wish them the best of luck, and I hope that they continue to contribute to our great community.
I would just like to emphasize that when you are supporting the school, you are supporting the future. You are supporting the wholesome individuals who will be exemplary, hopefully, Muslim Americans. And you are contributing, as I said, to building the future leaders of the community and the positive members of the American society in which we live, from which we benefit, and to which we should contribute to. So your support for Tarbiyah School is a support for both the Muslim community and the American society at large, and a great contribution. The best thing we can do with our resources is to support a school such as Tarbiyah School and a growing masjid such as Masjid Isa. Masjid Isa is also different from any other masjid. When you go to any other masjid with a school attached to it, you hardly see the students. You don't see the young people. All you see is the old people that have been around for years. But in Tarbiyah School, the prayer group is distinguished and characterized by this great feature. Almost or approximately half those who are attending Friday prayers are students, and that gives you a great feeling when you are in that masjid. So what you will be supporting when you support Tarbiyah School and Masjid Isa, you will be supporting a very distinguished and promising organization, inshallah, and may Allah be with them all and with us all, and bless this community and bless you all, and may you reward you all for your prayers and your good intentions and your support always. وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
والقدر خيره وشره من الله والبعث بعد الموت. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.